Hello BUS1111 students. In this video, I'm going to explain the instructions for Applied Activity 3 on secondary methods that's worth 10% of your final grade. This assessment is on the material for Learning Outcome 2. Specifically, it's on being able to collect appropriate secondary data to create components of a literature review. You cannot work with another student on this assessment. Any material you create must be your own. This includes that you cannot use spin bots or AI or purchase materials from outside sources. All of these are considered a violation of Cambrian's academic integrity policy. Most specifically, please make sure you're writing this yourself, not using sources like ChatGPT in order to create this review. In order to perform a literature review, we're going to be using a specific tool called a research matrix to help you evaluate and organize information from 5 sources. This video contains the instruction overview, but you can also read through the instructions here. The first thing you're going to do is identify your research topic. This should be the same one you used for Applied Activity 1. So you should be able to copy and paste your objective for your research and question from your research. If your professor gave you feedback on changing that objective in question, you should incorporate the feedback your professor gave you. However, you should not change to a brand new topic unless you consult your professor for approval. The first thing you're going to do is download the research matrix template file from Moodle. So this should look something like this. You'll add your student name here, and then you're going to copy and paste your exact research objective and question in this box, and that's step 1. Next, you need to choose 5 appropriate academic sources related to your research topic. So these need to help you answer your original research questions. These must be academic sources. So that means they could be peer-reviewed journal articles, books, conference papers, or reports, but they must be found using the Cambrian College Library database or Google Scholar. Also, they must be recent, so they must be published within the last 5 years. You can use the CRAP test to evaluate these sources. Once you've found your 5 sources, for each source you're going to fill in the research matrix. What you fill in is the reference and APA format, the keywords from the article, the research problem, the participants and sample description, the methods and designs from the study, the summary of your findings, and synthesis. A lot of these will require you to read through the article to be able to extract relevant information, like your research problem, participants and sample description, methods, and summaries of findings. However, synthesis adds an additional component. This is where you must explain how the source is connected to your research topic. Does it help you to answer your question? And you also need to contrast it as well. Are there elements that are different than your research question or that do not help to answer your research question? You'll notice that the matrix is organized, so you'd fill in this template with all those requirements. So the reference would go here, the keywords here, problem, participants and sample description, methods and designs, summary of findings, and your synthesis to compare and contrast with your specific research questions. Once you have filled in the matrix for all 5 sources, you'll be ready to submit. There is a full rubric on how you'll be graded, but I also wanted to tell you that there is an example of how this should be completed as well. So we're going to complete this live example in class, but it's also available for you to check out the document at any time. This is the live example document that shows you how to insert your objective in question and then fill in all of the required components like your APA reference, keyword, research problem from the article, participants and sample description from this article, methods and design from this article, summary of findings from the article, and this is the part that I'm writing completely from my own opinions, comparing and contrasting with my specific research problem I created here. This is for the smoke-free campus policy example for Cambrian College that I have been using in class. I filled in the examples for 2 different articles, but on your assessment, you'll have to complete this example for 5 sources in total. Once complete, you'll update that Word document that includes all of the table into Moodle for your Applied Activity 3 submission. it is due by the date listed here. Make sure you check your date given in the document from your professor and on Moodle. It is graded out of 40 marks and worth 10% of your final grade. The full grading rubric says that you get 1 mark each for correct APA formatted references for all 5 articles. 1 mark each for each article being recent and related to your research problem. It has to pass all 6 elements or 5 elements of the CRAP test. For keywords, all 5 sources have to have the keywords identified. All 5 sources have to clearly identify the research problem. You get full marks if all 5 sources clearly identify the participants and sample methods, 5 marks for methods and design, 5 marks for your summary, and 5 marks for your synthesis. So essentially, this grading rubric, you'll get 1 mark for every single cell in the table, plus also a mark for every single source passing the CRAP test. If you have any questions before you make this submission, please ask your professor and they will be happy to assist you. Thank you for watching this video.